Hello everyone, this is Varietistic, and today we're gonna do a comparison video between the ZTE ZMAX and the LG K10. I'm sure there's a lot of you guys who go to the website and look up to the prices and see different phones, and maybe you guys are seeing these two phones, the ZTE ZMAX and the LG K10, and you have noticed that both in the same range of price. So this video we're gonna show the differences and help you to decide which phone will be the best for you. First, let's gonna start in the design for these phones. When we put these two phones together, you guys gonna notice the difference in the size of phones. So we have 6-inch massive phone over here, and we have 5.3-inch display. So the LG is a smaller phone. So if you are looking for a phone to use it in one hand, maybe the LG will be your choice. And if you are a big fan of big screen 6-inch display, I believe your way you should go. Now let's gonna see the LG from the front, all rounded. It made out of plastic though, and the battery is removable, so people big fan of removable battery. This phone has that feature. You have proximity sensor, 5 megapixel camera, LG logo, the arc design, it's so beautiful. From the back it has very nice textures to help you to grip the phone, so that way the phone doesn't be slippery or anything like that. This will be the speaker. There is no finger touch ID over here, so that phone doesn't add too much feature for security. And you have no LED notification lights for missed call and messages, and this is very disappointed with the LG. Let's gonna go to this guy over here. So this is Gorilla Glass 3, more tough and more scratch resistance than the regular unscratchable display. I mean, LG, they don't even say what type of display they use or the glass. You have no removable battery. It will be hard for you to remove it, but you have fingerprint touch ID and 13 megapixel sensor, and you have the SIM tray and the micro SD at the same location. The phone also looks very beautiful and rounded from the top over here, which gives the phone very nice looking. The phone is very magnet for the fingerprint, as you guys can see, not like the LG. It doesn't have that because the textures in the phone, but it's not super magnet for fingerprint. It's not big deal. Just go ahead and clean it up and you should be fine. This kind of look metallic, but it's made out of plastic. And you have here USB type C this time, and you have the mini USB 2 on the LG. So this technology will be the future for the USB type C, and it's reversible, and in my opinion I will give thumbs up to the ZTE by using this on a phone with this range of price. Also, another thing, it may be important to you, you can have the home button over here, capacitives, and you have virtual, and at the same time you can use this one as LED notification light if you receive a phone call or text message. And this is, in my opinion, better than not to have anything and you need to wake up the screen to see your notifications. As I have mentioned lately in that video, we have a bigger screen for the ZTE ZMAX Pro, 6-inch display, and we have 5.3 display, in which is we have bigger screen. So if you need a bigger screen, absolutely ZTE ZMAX is your choice. Not just that, if you ask me which display is better for me, the ZTE ZMAX Pro, it's more vivid, more contrast, and more real, has better colors and quality overall than the K10. It's a bigger, so 6-inch, and you have more PPI, so you have 367 and you have only 277, which is not bad for the K10. And you have full HD, which is you have 1080p versus 720p. So when you watch these two phones in real and you watch the same content, you're gonna be judged just by watching the phones that the ZTE ZMAX Pro has a lot better quality for the display. Both IPS displays, but sometimes you get higher quality than the other stuff. So thumbs up again for the ZTE ZMAX for using full HD and more quality display. The internal hardware in both phones is gonna be the deal breaker. I believe this is what makes you decide to go to the ZTE ZMAX, not for the LG K10. The processor on the ZTE will be 1.5 octa-core processor, and you have 1.1 quad-core processor for the LG K10. So this is just a geek benchmark just to show us the performance. Now you have 3 times better performance for multi-core. That means when you play games or anything like that, and you have about twice for the single core. Not just that, guys, you have 32 gigabytes for internal storage and you have 16, so you have twice amount of gigabytes for the internal. And this is very important because the LG K10 doesn't take no apps to the SD card. You can use your SD card, but it's not going to take no apps or anything like that. And then I'm going to improve the quality of the performance by having a phone with the high quality processor, which is we have Snapdragon 617 compared to Snapdragon 210, which is the lowest in the market in my opinion right now. Here's the score, and then we're gonna jump on to show you performance. So we're gonna hit the game and we'll see how the game is gonna look like on the LG and the ZTE ZMAX. Now I have Mortal Kombat X. As everybody knows, the Mortal Kombat X, it's a very heavy game and require high frame rate and GPU. So playing a game like Mortal Kombat, which is considered one of the heaviest game you can play. So if you can't play this game, you can play GTA as well, so you shouldn't have no problems. It's not the best experience on the ZTE ZMAX Pro, but it's nice and smooth and has no problems, as you guys have seen. Let's gonna jump on the K10 and trying to play the game. I mean, you guys gonna be noticed that's a lot of lagginess and a lot of the rate drop over here. So this is not the best experience for playing a game like that. So in the other word, if you're looking for gaming and you would like to play games, I mean, the LG K10 is not going to be the best choice for you, and the ZTE ZMAX, it will be one of the best choice for you, as well as don't forget the 32 gigabytes, which is allow you to download a lot more games and play games with much smoothness on the phone. In both phones we have Marshmallow Android 6.0.1, so that's good. So you have the latest for now. And let me also explain some differences on the software. So you have app drawer because the ZTE is built on the stock Android, so you have the app drawer, as you guys can see. Very nice experience for the Android as well. And you have the LG UI. If you are a fan of the custom UI, so this is the LG UI, has no app drawer, but has some nice features. The phone has like knock on a screen, which is something I do like, especially because the button on the back, so that way you don't need to grab your phone and hit that button, which is inconvenience to me. And this phone has no fingerprint ID, which is you can unlock, while the ZTE ZMAX has it over here. But this is, in my opinion, another deal breaker, the features in the phones. And now the ZTE, what it has, let's gonna go to the sensor on the phones and show you some good stuff that the phone has. So very much you have all the sensor is active on the ZTE ZMAX, especially for a Pokemon Go lover. They have the gyroscope, while you can't get that gyroscope be working on phone like the K10, which is it's not gonna be good for people like gaming and they use the gyroscope as well. 360 videos, if you go to YouTube, you're not gonna be able to watch and have the good experience on the LG K10. Another thing deserves to be mentioned that the ZTE ZMAX has no NFC, and you have the NFC in the LG K10, which is if you want to do Google Pay or transfer some information or connect some of the speakers, headphones, anything like that. So this feature will be helpful. I don't know how much is important to you, but the LG K10 has it. I'm going to talk about battery very quick. In both phones, both give me 4 to 5 hours of screen on times, even if we have 3400 milliamp hour and you have 2300 milliamp hour battery, which is 1000 milliamp hour more for the ZTE ZMAX than the LG. LG is very optimized. I like LG software optimized with Google Marshmallow, and the battery, they're very good, so they give you good performance. But ZTE ZMAX has 6-inch display, full HD octa-core processor, definitely the screen and the processor and everything in the phone, it drain more than the juice than the LG K10. So you don't have that powerful phone over here to drain the battery so fast like the ZTE ZMAX. But I will give it equal because the ZTE ZMAX has more milliamps, which is bigger battery than the LG K10. Finally, we're going to be talking about camera. I'm not going to go in depth in a camera, and as you guys can see, we have the camera application over here. So let's gonna jump into it and show you. In the ZTE ZMAX, you have the camera application has a lot more features. It has full HD for the front and the back. You have 5 megapixel as well, and you have 13 megapixel sensor for the back. It does slow motion, has manual mode, and you have macro mode, you have panorama, a lot more stuff than this poor application for the camera. Everything's based on technically on the auto. It has some like voice to capture. It has a gesture shot as well, which is nice for people to take selfie. Other than that, the camera on the ZTE ZMAX is way much better. We have covered camera in my full review in the video, so if you would like to get more, to see more samples and stuff, go ahead and check my full review for both phones. If we just take the price under consideration and we look up to these phones, the LG K10 doesn't deserve to be with the same price of the ZTE ZMAX. Maybe the ZTE ZMAX, it's strategy from the company to penetrate the market to go with that low price. But believe me guys, LG K10 or LG, they should, if they want to be competitive, they should go down in the price, because the spec on the LG K10, it's not equal to phone like the ZTE ZMAX. I would prefer to go with the ZTE ZMAX. If I want to spend $99 on the phone, I'm not going to spend them on the LG K10. LG K10, it's not bad phone, it's very nice. So people, they want to use it in one hand. It has small screen, it's more compact as well, and it has some good nice LG features as well. You have NFC, but the spec on the ZTE ZMAX, I gotta say it's way much better. That was very much it for that video, and this is very artistic. Subscribe if you are brand new, and thumbs up. As always, I'll see you in my next video.